Hey everybody, welcome back. These are some people ending their marriages in 10 seconds or less. Excuse me? Your wife looks like a doctor or a nurse. She's got the stethoscope. I was like, where's this going? Oh, this is so sweet. And then it goes here. This better be a joke. There was no pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. And they said chivalry is dead.
It's still alive.
It's right here. Here's the evidence. Man's got balls. Yeah. I hope that your relationship is stronger than that, because I'd be pissed. What, you just come home from a 24-hour shift to that? My dude is not afraid of sleeping outside. Honestly, it's the doghouse for you.
Oh my god, I could kill my husband. This man tells me to pick up his food and puts it under rotisserie N-word. Are you kidding me? Dude, first of all, do you see my skin? Every worker in there was black. I am mortified. Like, why would he do that to me? Why would you do that to me, asshole?
Sorry.
That's not funny. They asked me what it was a million times.
The rotisserie.
That's not funny.
They probably thought that she was the one that put that there. Imagine your wife gets beat up because of what you did. Like, was this a prank or like you just being funny? Listen, couples that can prank each other are actually stronger. Can confirm. Source science. You don't believe me? Here, do some research. Oh, a lot of these are like tabloids. Okay, source, trust me, bro, all right?
However,
This could get her beat up. Like, it really could. So just be careful. Maybe a step too far, okay? This man trying to order a hitman through Domino's via curbside pickup. Honestly, do you want your wife to get beat up? As someone who's an assistant manager at Domino's, I would have asked you a million times too. Okay, so maybe they're trolling too? Bro, all they wanted was your confirmation. That's not all they wanted. It's not all they wanted. They wanted to make her say it. She does not have the pass. Story of my divorce. Why did I get a divorce, you ask? Well, last week was my birthday. My wife didn't get me a present and didn't even wish me a happy birthday. My parents forgot, and so did my kids. I went to work and even my coworkers didn't wish me a happy birthday. As I entered my office, my secretary said, "Happy birthday, boss." That moment, I felt so special. She then asked me out for lunch. After lunch, she invited me to her apartment. We went there and she said,
"Do you mind if I go into the bedroom for a minute?"
"Okay," I said. She came out 5 minutes later with a birthday cake. My wife, my parents, my kids, my friends, and my colleagues, all yelling, "Surprise!" while I was waiting on the sofa. Naked. Did everyone clap? Did everyone clap? I don't know if I believe that one entirely. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a good story. Why wouldn't I change into my birthday suit?
it's my birthday. I'm gonna be naked.
So I was gonna do this video outside, but people are so loud. So I recently posted this, and now I have people asking me for a story time, so here we go. Mind you, this is over 10 years ago. I was young and I didn't know any better. I met this chick in the club. She came to me and said, "I don't know who you're with. I don't care. I just want to let you know that I think you are the most amazing, beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life." Of course, young me was so flattered, like, "Oh, that's so nice." But then she confessed to me, like, "I'm leaving in 2 weeks to be deployed. I have really no time to waste. I really want to get to know you and possibly build onto something." I did not see this as a red flag, so I'm just like, sure, of course, how romantic. She wined and dined and impressed me for a whole 2 weeks straight. After 2 weeks, I'm enamored and I'm willing to wait for her for the whole year she'll be on deployment. But we could see each other within 6 months because she gets the little halftime. I forgot what it's called. So for a whole 6 months, she's sending me letters, sending me money, sending me everything I need, and preparing me for our trip to Italy because that's what she decided for us. I'm a bit of a submissive, so I liked that initiative. Also, this whole time, we were talking about having a kid as soon as she gets out. We're going to do in vitro, everything, start a family ASAP. She flies in from where she was stationed, and I fly in from where I was living at the time. Now, only after a couple of hours being up in our room, she pulls a box out of her bag, gets down on one knee, and proposes to me. I think fairy tales do come true. Oh my God, yes! Took all the pictures, did all the woo-woo-woos. Yay, 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 we're engaged now. So for the full 2 weeks we were in Milan, Italy, and went to Rome, I was engaged to this woman. We had nothing but good times the whole time. She seemed a little grumpy about some things here and there, but nothing serious. Fast forward to the end of the trip. As she is walking me to my terminal, we're both in the airport because we both leave on the same day at the same time. As she walks me to my gate, she looks me in my eye, holds my hand, and says, "I think we should just be friends." What? Mind you, I also had this woman's car, but that's a whole nother part of the story. I said, "What do you mean? Be friends? We're engaged." She said, "We'll talk about it later." Later? So my whole world is crumbling at the airport. On top of that, we were supposed to be moving in with one another, and I did not re-sign my lease, so I was going to have nowhere to go. The whole flight back, 13 hours of just sadness, panic, confusion. When I finally did speak to her and I asked her why, she said, first, and I quote, "It's not my fault you put all your eggs in one basket." Then she doubled down and said, "Well, it's because your credit score is bad." I mean, that's not something we could have worked on.
I'm going to need to see a part 2. I'm going to need an explanation for that. Anyone want a part 2? I got a part 2.
So after 6 months of her being deployed, I finally see her again. I only saw her briefly to give her back the keys to her car. I was bitter, she was bland, and there was no real conversation. I didn't get my explanation for another 9 months after that. Fast forward 9 months, I get a random text message from her saying, "Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up?" And of course, my curious George wanted to find out why and how she had the audacity. Yada yada, fast forward the small talk, and come to find out, she just gave birth to her daughter 2 weeks ago. That's when all the puzzle pieces fell into place. She was messing around with some guy she was stationed with. Ended up getting pregnant. And of course they're not together because once she had the baby, she got what she wanted. Then had the audacity to try to convince me to come back so that we could raise her daughter together. Absolutely not! And here I go being Curious George again. I let her pick me up and take me out so I could see her baby. The baby was cute. They were cute together. Aw, happy little family. But I still wanted no parts. I might have been a little naive, but I wasn't stupid. Needless to say, we never really spoke after that. And so that concludes my story of having the shortest engagement and some of the audacious things that people will actually do out here in the dating world. I have stories for days, and this is just with women. But I still love women. I'll never go to a man.
I don't think it's gender specific, babe. I think everybody can cheat. Everyone can act like an absolute dickhead, okay? You don't need a dick to be a dickhead. So, I called it. And what I find so funny, like I've heard this before, they always seem to find something wrong with you, but it's not you. It's the fact that they're seeing other people and they think those other people are better than you. And then they go and chase after those other people and those other people don't want them. So then they come back to you. Tale as old as time. But you say no. No. You do not go back to those people ever. Have some pride, damn it. Fool me once. I love how we actually have to fool me twice in order to fully understand what fool me twice really, really means. It really means that you a damn fool. Like, it really does. Like, why do we gotta go through it? There's literally, like, cliche. It's a cliche, but it's true.
And then last but not least, we've got Shannon, who was maid of honour. Maid of honour's job is to keep everything ticking over on a day like this, make sure everything goes smoothly. I mean, just this morning, Shannon actually phoned me and she said, "Any chance you could smear a bit of Vaseline on Nicole's ring?" I says, "Listen, I'll need to keep a bit for the honeymoon, eh?"
I'm sorry, I need to hear that again because, like, I couldn't understand it. We're gonna need some subtitles for that one. For the Scots.
And then last but not least, we've got Shannon, who was maid of honour. Maid of honour's job's to keep everything ticking over on a day like this, make sure everything goes smoothly. I mean, just this morning, Shannon actually phoned me and she said, any chance you could smear a bit of Vaseline on Nicole's ring? I says, listen, I'll need to keep a bit for the honeymoon, eh?
Can we just like zoom in on that bride's face? Like I already watched it twice. I don't really understand what he's saying. All I know is there was a maid of honor who called.
Maid of honour, keep everything just this morning, Shannon actually phoned me and she said, everything goes smoothly.
What is he saying?
Listen, if we have any Scots watching, can we decipher? I don't know what he said. All I heard was save that for the honeymoon, and then I saw the look on the bride's face, and I knew that he fucked up. Like, I'm pretty good with accents, honestly, but like that was very hard to decipher. Anyone who can discern what this groom just said, please let me know, because like I'm lost. How to kill your husband in 10 seconds. Wait, what? Anyone else want to find out?
3,000,005. Holding for all the ladies on the phone in Marcello. 3,000,005 I'm bid.
Don't.
They're stopping. You're crazy.
Don't.
And I have 3,000,006 from Clara and a New York online bidder 3,000,008.
Do not
Thank
touch
you,
that
Neil.
button.
And 4,000,000
No,
in
you.
Switzerland. Miami. I had Switzerland in advance bid 4 million.
Oh, thank God.
4,000,002.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Thank God! Oh my God! Thank God! Oh, you sick!
I love that so much. Oh, for those that don't understand what just happened, the wife just put a $3.8 million bid on a watch. And if someone hadn't outbid them, they would have had to pay that. Oh, God. Okay, I'm so glad that this was wholesome in the end, because 3.8 on a watch, babe, come on. Even as a joke, horrific. Not funny. Not funny at all. Could y'all even afford that? If you can, kudos. Otherwise, it would have been a very awkward conversation. I feel like you pretty much have to pay that. You also like up the bid for everybody else. So, God, I hate that, man. Ugh, hate bidding on things. See why people get addicted to gambling. It's like,
Do I have more money?
no, I have more money. That's literally what it's like. Oh, God. It just becomes one big swinging contest at the end of it, you know? It's just like, look at what I got. Look at what I got! Mine wraps around my head! I told her I'll get her a Birkin when this fills up. Very funny. Very funny. And smart, honestly. $100,000 on a purse. Just get a fake one, honestly. Just get a doop. Birkin doop. Super fake. Everybody's doing it. Because why would you spend that much on a purse? Come on, man. Stupid. Spend it on a car.
I'm
your first priority, right?
No, you're third.
Third.
Yeah.
Who's first and second?
My mom's is first. She took care of me my whole life. She always comes before you. I'm sorry. I hope you realize that.
Okay, so your career second?
Nah, you come before my career.
Then who the hell comes before me?
My barber.
Your barber.
My barber.
How the fuck does your barber come before me on your list of priorities?
Well, you like the way I look, right? You like how confident I am, right? You like how happy I am, right? I get all that from him.
So your barber makes you happy and I don't?
Honestly? Yeah. You just stress me out.
How do I stress you out?
Exactly.
Go marry your barber then. I'm sure you two will be very happy and clean shaven together. He can groom the other end too. How do I stress you out? I mean, okay, all right, listen. I would be angry if my like husband said that his mom comes before me. Like I just would. I think after a certain point, your partner has to come before your mom. Hopefully. Hopefully the mom doesn't come at all in that scenario. She doesn't come over at all.
I can't believe this, you guys. He just came right out and said it. After 2 kids, 3 years, like, I thought we were happy. He just flat out said he doesn't love me anymore.
Oh my God.
Well, what did you say then?
I said you couldn't buy any Halloween decorations.
Well, that's the same thing, Curtis.
We're saving them for a trip to go to Mexico.
Mexico, I want to make your Halloween decorations
I never
outside.
said I
But there's a
didn't.
neighborhood contest and I need to win.
Honestly, divorce him. It's over. Wow, Curtis, why get married if you're not in love? Oh, it's going down this rabbit hole, I see. He said you couldn't buy decorations. He didn't say you couldn't buy supplies to make them. Honestly, divorce immediately. Take him to court, this guy.
Am I the a-hole for not telling my husband anything about my pregnancy after he called me disgusting?
Finish him.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This story was posted in the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit. Let's get into it. So this might get long, but I need outside opinions. I, 38 female, recently had my first baby.
You're a baby.
My husband, 38 male, and I have been married for 7 years. Things were fine until I got pregnant. And then everything shifted.
That's a really bad sign.
For some background, I'm very close with his family, especially my sister-in-law, 26 female. She and her boyfriend are trying for a baby, and one day she asked me what pregnancy was actually like. I didn't go into the horror story details. I just told her honestly, yes, I had morning sickness. Yes, my breasts were sore and leaking sometimes. Leaking?
This is fun.
Yes, I was exhausted and had round ligament pain. The normal things. That sounds pretty bad. There's worse. Ugh. I feel like we collectively actually kind of need to talk about this more as women. Because oh, the joys. You're such a blushing, glowing pregnant lady.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, I'm an angry hormonal whale. Well, my husband overheard me and snapped.
You're disgusting. Why would you even say things like that out loud?
I'm sorry, what? Disgusting? But you're literally just describing, what it's like to be pregnant.
Yup.
If he got sick and he was describing what it was like to be sick, is he disgusting? I beg your finest pardon. Absolutely not. He acted like me describing literal pregnancy symptoms was the most inappropriate thing I could have done. I was so embarrassed and stunned, especially because his sister had asked, and it wasn't like I was just blurting out TMI to strangers. But the way he said it stuck with me. He called me disgusting. Oh, absolutely not. No. I thought you were gonna say something like, oh, you gained weight and he called you disgusting for that.
This is the worst.
Not like the describing how it is to be pregnant and that being disgusting. What is disgusting about that? Wait till you're in the actual birthing room. I thought to myself, fine. If my symptoms, my body, and this pregnancy are disgusting to him, then he doesn't need to hear about them. Ooh, yeah, you petty like that. Honestly, I do the same thing though. I stopped telling him anything. I didn't tell him when I had headaches, when my back hurt, when I was craving something weird, when I had to go in for extra appointments, nothing. Oh, baby girl, you checked out. You're not even fighting anymore. He would ask how I was doing and I'd just say, fine. If he didn't want the gross truth, then he didn't deserve it. Fast forward to when I went into labor. My water broke at home while he was at work. He wasn't there. And since I had already decided not to bother him with the pregnancy stuff, I didn't call. Instead, I called his mom and sister who immediately helped me get to the hospital. They stayed with me, supported me, and were in the waiting room the whole time. I gave birth to our child, a healthy baby girl, and everything went smoothly. Well, all things aside, congratulations, baby girl. On your baby girl. The only reason my husband even knew what was happening was because his mom and sister told him. He showed up late after the birth. Ooh, yeah, he's not gonna be happy about that. Just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was too disgusting for you. I didn't text or call him myself, and I honestly don't feel guilty. He had made it clear he didn't want to hear about my gross pregnancy, so I assumed he didn't want to hear about the labor and delivery either. Now he's furious. He says I humiliated him in front of his family by excluding him from his own child's birth. His mom, aunt, sister, hell, even his grandma are absolutely pissed with him for how he treated me.
Of course.
Yes, sounds like the consequences of your actions. Okay, but like, to be fair though, like, if he found you disgusting during pregnancy, think of how disgusting having the baby is. Like, I hear you like shit yourself. I've heard of like things ripping down there.
Oh God!
I've heard you can't even get on a trampoline anymore. Like, the sacrifices that women make in order to have children. We are not disgusting. We are not disgusting. We are the literal creators of life. And if you find that disgusting, that sounds like a you problem. They've been very vocal about it. His mom told him flat out, you called your wife disgusting for being pregnant with your baby. You don't get to play the victim now. His sister has cut him off until he apologizes, and his grandmother told him he needs to learn some respect before the baby grows up. I really love that they're all on your side, but notice how they're all women.
Women, they have minds.
Like, notice how all the in-laws that are women are on your side, because it's like, you feel like personally offended by that as a woman. Like, I'm offended. The only people on his side are a handful of cousins, and honestly, they're the type who think women should be seen and not heard, so I'm not shocked. The weird twist is my own dad is furious at me. When I explained the situation since my husband is ghosting him, he said I was being dramatic and vindictive and that I embarrassed my husband. Okay, so like, he probably also sees pregnant women. That's disgusting. He sees no problem with my husband calling me disgusting for describing my pregnancy and thinks I should have just kept him updated anyway because that's your husband and he's the father. I'm not gonna subject him to things that might make him puke.
That is so considerate.
My mom and brother, on the other hand, are completely on my side and said I was right to not tell someone who clearly didn't want to hear it. Yeah, I don't blame you. Right now, my husband and I are barely speaking. He goes to work, comes home, avoids me and the baby unless his family's around because he knows they'll rip into him if he ignores us in front of them. I'm on maternity leave, bonding with my daughter, and honestly, I don't even miss telling him things. I feel more supported by his mom and sister than by him. Sounds like you're a single mother. I hate to say it, but like, sounds like you've checked out. Part of me wonders if I really did go too far. Was I wrong for shutting him out completely and not even calling when I went into labor? By doing that, you might not have meant to, but I do feel like you broke up with him.
I have never, ever been happier.
And again, I really don't blame you, but like, you broke up with him. Or was he wrong for making me feel like my pregnancy and my body were shameful and disgusting in the first place and my revenge was completely justified? I mean, at the end of the day, he like hurt you. And if he's not willing to like take accountability for that, then it is what it is. Like, you could try to talk to him about it and tell him why you did what you did. And obviously he knows, right? But if he's just gonna play the defensive and play the victim here, like, he's a lost cause. Not the a-hole, your husband needs to grow up. I agree. It's kind of like, you know, when you're like a little boy and like you're grossed out by periods and stuff. Like, it's not gross to be a woman. Those are normal, healthy things. Okay. And now he's been called out by even his own family. He's having a tantrum and being childish. He's not only avoiding you, but as you said, avoiding your baby too. Yeah, that is honestly a little inexcusable.
They messed us up pretty good, didn't they?
I can understand being mad at you, but it's not the baby's fault. When he should be helping you out with your baby and bonding with her. Honestly, I'd be threatening him with divorce if he doesn't snap out of this. It's ridiculous with how he's acting right now. This, regardless of what happened and who may or may not be the a-hole, the fact is he's only paying attention to the baby when others are around, and that's a huge red flag. This time is critical for relationships and bonding with the child, which makes you bond with each other too. He needs to grow up and see the hurt and damage he is causing.
That's a bingo.
And then, you know, a lot of people are like, dude, like, this marriage is over. Like, you guys need to get into counseling because, like, this really does sound like you guys aren't together anymore. At this point, unless he and OP are willing to do hardcore relationship counseling, their marriage is dead. He's not looking like he's willing, and to be honest, I would expect him to only fight for the marriage because it shows the world what an utter arsewagon he genuinely is if they divorce. So soon after his child is born. Mind you, he'll be getting all sorts of congratulations and job rewards on his daughter's birth. The fact that he's now not only married but with a child is seen as much more stable than single and childless men in most jobs. OP, has he done things like this previously? Minimized you in such a disrespectful and red pill way? I'm so sorry your father showed himself for being a misogynist piece of crap too. I can only imagine the joy your mother endured with her pregnancies and your father's help. Congratulations to you on the birth of your gorgeous daughter. May your lives be happy and healthy. Okay, OP responded, he has, but mostly small things, like making jokes about me overreacting when I stub my toe, teasing me for crying during sad movies, or saying I don't need help with laundry because that's an easy thing. Nothing as blatant as this pregnancy stuff, so I just ignored it at the time.
Oh boy, I gotta tell you, that sounds awful.
This is yucky. The bar is really on the ground. The bar is in hell. I fail to understand how someone could even think any of this is okay. So, we do have an update. OP is going to answer some frequently asked questions. Are you taking counseling? Only if he agrees and it's split 50-50. I'm not going to shoulder the cost of fixing something he helped break. If he doesn't want to invest financially or emotionally, then that tells me all I need to know. Since you didn't tell him, did anyone else? Yes, several people did before and after the birth. My brother texted him right away since my in-laws were already on their way. Sister-in-law called him 3 separate times after I had already delivered and was holding the baby. He didn't pick up once. His mom called and left a voicemail. His brother texted him. My dad called, texted, and left 3 voicemails.
That's bad.
What is he doing? Why is he so busy? I hate that my mind is going here, but like, is he cheating? Because it would kind of explain the behavior. This wasn't a case of nobody told him. It was a case of everyone told him and he ignored it. And to add insult to injury, he wasn't working late. He was out with the guys. I only knew of my sister-in-law and mother-in-law calling him until yesterday when my brother told me. Did you try to communicate with him before you stopped sharing pregnancy updates? Yes. The exact moment he called me disgusting, I told him, don't call me disgusting. That's rude. We got into a brief fight about it. That's a head scratcher. A brief fight about why it is not okay to call your pregnant wife disgusting. Okay, got it. He didn't back down, and that's the day I decided if my body and pregnancy were so gross to him, then he could live in ignorance. I'm not a mind reader, and I'm not going to beg him to treat me with respect. So, the day after the post, things blew up. My husband came home from work acting like nothing happened. He barely looked at the baby, didn't ask me how I was doing, and plopped down on the couch, scrolling on his phone.
Yikes.
At that point, I asked him directly if he was ever going to apologize for calling me disgusting, for ignoring everyone's calls, for missing the birth, anything. His response, you embarrassed me first by running your mouth to my family. I don't owe you an apology. Oh yeah, you're done. You're done. Absolutely not. That was it for me. I grabbed some essentials for me and my daughter, packed a bag, and left. I'm currently staying at my brother's house. He and sister-in-law welcomed us in without hesitation, and honestly, the peace here is refreshing. I can't even imagine having to be a pregnant woman in an environment like that. You are so incredibly vulnerable, and to feel like you can't share those things with your partner. Oh my God, I can't even imagine the resentment that must have built up. That's why I said, when she did that, they were already broken up. In her mind, when a woman stops fighting, this is the thing. Men think that when we nag and when we, call them out and when we get fussy about things, we're not criticizing from a sense of we want to break up. That is us fighting for the relationship. Fighting to be heard, fighting to be seen. And when we stop fighting, when we get quiet, when we stop explaining, we just kind of check out, which is exactly what happened here. The relationship is over.
Get out.
I hate to say it, but it is over. So men who are watching this video and get annoyed by their significant others, their partners that are constantly nagging them, there's always a fight going on, and
why can't you just leave me alone?
She's doing that. She's doing that because she cares. It's when she stops caring that you need to be worried. I didn't go to my parents. Instead, I went to my brother's because my dad has been openly siding with my husband. He told me I was dramatic and vindictive and that I embarrassed my husband by not keeping him updated. Meanwhile, my mom is absolutely furious with him for taking that stance. She flat out told me she's embarrassed to be married to a man who thinks this way and that she worries I'll cut her off from seeing the baby because of him. For the record, I would never cut her off. There is a truck outside. Excuse me. For the record, I would never cut her off. I just don't want to see my dad right now. He can sit with the consequences of defending someone who called his pregnant daughter disgusting. Yeah, the fact that he's not fighting for you either. Like the fact that he's like, it means that he thinks that kind of behavior is okay. Like if you're mad, it's about you. Always. If you are mad, it's about you. And if you defend that kind of behavior, you also feel that way. Rude! I'm trying to film. Thank you. As for my husband, his phone behavior has been wild. 1 minute he's texting me saying I took his daughter away, and the next he's acting like this is just a fight we'll get over. Still no apology, not even a half-hearted one. Meanwhile, his family are absolutely tearing into him. His dad is more reserved but disappointed, and his brother told him he's lucky my name didn't divorce your ass on the spot. The only people on his side remain a couple of cousins, which frankly tells you everything. Well, then he can die on his hill, quite frankly. Let him die on the hill. His pride is what's ruining his marriage and ruining the relationship with his daughter. Not to mention, it's not just his pride. It's also his like very old way of thinking. Is he like Louis the 14th or like Henry the 8th that he like can't even be around his pregnant wife, sends her away to like live in the country while he philanders about?
Yeah, baby.
Because he can't bear to look at her? Like, what do you mean? Right now, my baby girl is surrounded by love and support. My side of the family, his family, with the exception of him, have been stepping up. My husband is on the outside looking in, and that's a position he put himself in. I'm really glad that your in-laws are on your side. Oh, it must just be eating away at him. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I feel like unless he really takes accountability for what he did, and at this point, it's not even about taking accountability for like the disgusting comment. It has blown so far out of proportion. It didn't even need to get here, you know? Now it's about all the resentment that is built up, all the behavior in between, the ignoring the daughter, refusing to take accountability. Like now it has just become this like big toxic monster that like, it's not even just about the initial problem anymore. So, are you the a-hole for not telling your husband anything about your pregnancy after he called you disgusting? No. Am I overreacting for throwing out all our soap after finding out how my boyfriend actually washes himself? Oh, I'm like strangely intrigued, but also kind of grossed out already. Okay, so I, 26 female, don't even know how to start this without gagging. Okay, trigger warning. I don't know what's about to happen, but just FYI.
Trigger warning.
This happened earlier this week, and I'm still going through waves of disgust and disbelief. My boyfriend, 28 male, and I have been together for about a year now. We recently moved in together about 3 months ago. Before that, we'd spend weeks together, but I never really paid much attention to how he showered. You know that meme of that like little girl that's like sitting in the back seat with like, you know, she's in her little car seat and she's got that look on her face that's like, for those listening, that's the face I'm making. I guess I just assumed he was like everyone else. Soap, loofah, washcloth, maybe body wash, maybe even one of those fancy shower puffs, you know, like normal hygiene. But oh, how wrong I was. I'm scared. So around this Monday, he had been feeling sick the night before, some bad food, he said. I woke up to him rushing to the bathroom. Poor guy had a bad case of diarrhea. No big deal. He took a shower afterward, and I didn't think twice about it. I had showered earlier that morning. By the time he was done, I was already half asleep, so I didn't go in there again. The next morning, I go to take my shower, and I picked up our shared bar of soap, and I saw boo-boo chunks on it. His boo-boo chunks on it. Not the boo-boo chunks. Oh no, not boo-boo chunks. No. Oh goodness.
Stop. Seriously.
He just left it there? Ew. No lathering, no nothing? Oh. I gagged so hard I almost threw up. Ew, 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 ew. Biohazard, yuck. Y'all need a bidet. You need a new boyfriend. I dropped the soap immediately, turned off the water, and just stood there trying to process what the hell I was looking at. When I finally called him over, I asked him what the hell happened to the soap. He looked confused. I explained what I saw, and he goes, oh yeah, I took a shower last night after I went to the bathroom. I probably didn't rinse the soap off right. Dude, what? And that's when I learned something that made me question everything about this man. He doesn't use a washcloth, or a loofah, or a body brush, or even his hands in a lathering way. He literally takes the bar of soap, wets it, wets himself with a shower hose, then rubs the bar directly all over his body from head to toe, including his armpits, his wee, his bum, and apparently after having diarrhea. Okay, no. See, this is the thing about having like actual bars of soap. I love a bar of soap. I only use it like on my face, like Dove, just plain soap. It's the best thing for your face. I struggled with acne for a long time, did Accutane, and like just on the face. And we do need to lather and like wash off the remnants of whatever's left, because soaps, like little bars of soap, carry so much bacteria. Like there's a reason why body washes are seen as like the healthier, cleaner option, because you're using the soap. You're not putting whatever's dirty back on the bar of soap. You know what I mean?
It's science.
Ugh. See, this is disgusting. Like this right here, this is disgusting. Being pregnant is not disgusting. I was really hoping that we would have a story about like, you know, someone who didn't know how to wash themselves. And like, you'd actually be quite surprised how, like, thank God, this is one of the reasons why I married Mike. He has a better hygiene routine than me. Like, the dude uses body oil, like he showers every night. He uses top tier products. Like, he's a clean boy and he smells nice. Okay? But I have met many a man. It's why I stopped doing one night stands, because it's like, they just don't know, you know? It's like they just, you know, they use like Head and Shoulders or some shit to wash their whole body. Dish soap. Oh, goodness. I didn't even know what to say. I just stood there horrified, replaying every single time I'd use that same damn bar of soap on my own loofah or washcloth. So the next day, my first thought was to throw away every bar of soap we had, and both have shared, leaving just my body washes. When he saw me doing this, he got defensive. He asked why I was overreacting. No, I would say you're like underreacting. And said I was making a big deal out of nothing. I told him I wasn't comfortable sharing soap anymore because now I know what he's been doing. It's just nasty. I didn't shame him. I just said, I didn't realize how you washed and I can't share a bar like that again. He got quiet and said, so you think I'm dirty? Yes. I told him no, but that his method is unsanitary, which I mean, come on. It's objectively gross. No, it is. It definitely is. And like, I understand like using a bar of soap, whatever, you like washing everything, etc., etc. There's a reason why bars of soap are kind of like seen as like not the cleanest. But like leaving it with little boo-boos, little dingleberries, and not being like really grossed out by that. Like, how are we not grossed out by like, we have a shared bar of soap, we use it, it has doo-doo on it, and we just leave it there? Absolutely not. Especially if you're using the same bar that touches your butthole and private parts. Then it sits there collecting whatever didn't rinse off. He stormed out, and a few hours later, I got a call from his sister asking me why I embarrassed him and made him feel like a disgusting person. Damn! Yeah, this isn't the first time he's heard this, I have a feeling. Because why get so defensive? Like, apparently he told his family about it. His mom texted me something like, men have been using bars of soap for generations. You're making it sound filthy. There was doo-doo on the soap. He left it there. Am I insane for thinking this is different though? Like, yes, people use bars of soap, but most people don't literally rub it between their cheeks and then put it back for someone else to use. This is an interesting discussion because I bet like there's a lot of people who do that, you know? I know that like I use a bar of soap, but only on my face because, you know, you're just like rubbing it. Like I would say like you have to like lather it after and really get rid of that like top coat of like whatever was touching it. You know? My goodness, we're having some hygiene lessons today. Just because they didn't teach your boyfriend how to like properly wash his ass, that's not somehow your fault now. That's why they're taking it personally. He's been giving me the cold shoulder and his family thinks I'm some germ-obsessed neat freak who humiliated him over a piece of soap. No, it was the doo-doo on the soap. I don't think you ever would have known if he didn't just like leave doo-doo there. You could be putting that on your doba too, like, ew, UTI. No, but I mean, you wouldn't because like you're also like not using it directly on it. But like, you know what I mean? You're also like using the soap that he's leaving. Anyways. So for second opinions, am I overreacting about this or not? I mean, he needs to like get over it. Are they aware of the doo-doo? Or like, is he just like, you know, leaving the doo-doo out, which is what he should have done with the soap. Leave the doo-doo out, wash it away. I don't think that he's being entirely forthcoming, and that's also what people in the comments are saying. Since he brought his family into it, then there's no reason why you can't absolutely be truly honest. It's the fact that he uses the bar of soap directly onto his rectum to clean off diarrhea and that left chunks of his doo-doo on the bar soap. That is the issue. Yeah, I mean, I just fail to understand how you're not supposed to like tell him like not to do that afterward. Like, that's yucky. If he's embarrassed, he should be. Now tell that to his mom and sister since they want to confront you about his hurt feelings. And just so you know, not only is he disgusting leaving the poop on the bar of soap, but he's immature and runs to mommy and his sissy to cry about his hurt feelings. Yeah, it's giving like little boy not knowing how to wash his own butt. Those 2 points are very unattractive in a man, and I definitely couldn't see myself being with someone like that long term. Honestly, hygiene is like super, super important to me. And you would be surprised how unimportant it is to some people. Like, and I'm not even just saying like men. I've lived with some yucky women who like, literally I would go into like the bathroom that they used and like the sink would be literally brown from like makeup and dirt and like them not cleaning it. Like bronzer literally stained my sink brown and they don't find that gross. Like to live in a space with just like dirt, like I am a little bit of a germaphobe. Like I'm not gonna lie, I am a little, and I was never like this. I was actually quite a messy child. And then like little by little, I started becoming like a little weird about But like cleanliness really is next to godliness. Like it's like a biohazard to be like kind of yucky, you know? Like let's call a spade a spade.
Yuck.
You're yucky, okay? And it is unattractive. And that's why I married a man that smells like expensive soap. I'd smear Nutella on a bar of soap and tell his mother and sister to go wash their face with it and then come back to me. Also, OP could send the family a basket of brown colored soaps for every single event going forward. Wow, you're petty. I like it. Yeah, that's really nice. That's a good one. No, you're not overreacting. And like, you know, like everybody said, it is a little difficult to like imagine being in a long-term relationship with someone who doesn't care about like hygiene.
It's like eating a hot circle of garbage.
And not only does he not care about his own hygiene, he also doesn't seem to care about like a shared living space, you know, sharing things and like not being clean and accommodating another person.
Ew, David.
Like when you guys have a kid, is he just gonna leave the doo-doo on the changing table or is he going to wipe it? No, you're not overreacting. Yuck. This would get the point across. Oh, that's good. Oh, you guys are so petty. Yuck. That's what he can use to wash his ass. Just put that in the shower. I'm dead. You use your designated poo soap to wash your poo from now on. Oh my God. So some important info. Agreed on all of this. My 58 female dad told me I thought your dad was 58 female. Told me decades ago that some scientists put a bar of soap in a public restroom to see how much bacteria would be in it after who knows how many random people used it. The results were that there was no bacteria on it at the end of the test. Okay, let's settle this. Okay, I guess soap isn't like necessarily that gross. Most of the bacteria on the soap is from your own skin, and the vast majority of bacteria is harmless. However, we must be rinsing it off, okay? Lather. He should be apologizing for leaving poo all over your soap. Yeah, I guess I'm just like reading up on this because like maybe I am a little delulu, but at the same time, it's like, no, the poo is on the soap like that. For those of you who are like, oh, using the bar of soap is bad, I'm not supposed to wash myself like that or like whatever. I feel like the real issue is that there was bacteria, visible doo-doo on the soap. So like, if you're using a bar of soap, it's okay. But at the same time, let's be like rinsing, you know. This has been Hygiene Tips with Charlotte Dobre. And no, you are not overreacting. Subscribe!